All right. Hello, everyone. So, in our previous live, we were just able to create something awesome where we were able to add human in the loop. So, let's see what we can do today. Let me bring this screen. Let me quickly adjust something. Uh, and one more thing. Let's see is everything is working fine. Okay, I'm live. If I go to my link, does it? Okay, perfect. It has audio also. Okay, let me close this one, close this one. Now, incognito is here. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, cool. So, in our previous video, we were able to add our human in the loop, and then we've also added this changes. I forgot to push it, so let me quickly push it. I don't know why, but it seems like it's not initialized properly. So let me reload. Perfect. 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 Okay. Let me reopen it. Cursor. Is it initialized? No source provider. I don't know. Something is wrong. Anyways, let me check my status. Git status. Okay, there are two files which is not committed yet. Let me. Okay, yeah, it's initialized. Ignore. Perfect. Let me commit everything because we want all of it. So let me add it. All of it. Yeah, and meanwhile, I'll try to open something in incognito. Right? Cool. Let me remove that. Perfect. So now our aim is to enhance this functionality even further, and we will try to integrate something new today, right? So let me bring that diagram again. Screenshots. Perfect. It's here. Okay, cool. So what we did till now is we've also implemented guardrails. PII reduction is also there. Now it's a context manager, right? This is something a research topic that we will need to do today. We might not code too much in this video. We'll have to do some research about context manager because this is going to be a crucial part because everything is going to be uh, dependent on our chatbot quality is completely going to be dependent on this context manager. So we'll have to understand what are different ways through which we can manage our context, and we'll have to find out which one is the best for us. But meanwhile, I also want to do a little bit research about what can we do in guardrails. First of all, let's see what we have implemented previously. Push this, sync this. Okay, those are in here. Okay, perfect. And then we have UI also. Perfect. So agent is Python. Then main dot UI, and then Streamlit run. What's that? Your file name, which is app.py. Perfect. Cool. Here we go. Let me close this one. Perfect. So let's try to understand what we've implemented in our previous couple of lives. First of all, we'll have to resolve this also, that every time when I refresh my page, I'll have to log in. But this shouldn't be the case because we've already logged in. So we have to somehow store this login details, login token in our local storage, so that that way it will be helpful. Anyways, go ahead, let's go ahead. So the thing is that if there are few actions, or let's say queries, which requires human interval, or which is not uh, for LLM, it's not right position to take the decision, so LLM will redirect it towards human in the loop. So that's what happening here. So if I show you, well, see, this is login. This is email approval pending. That is another API which we will talk about later. But for now, if it is Google Chat middleware, this is PII middleware, and Google in Chat streaming, it's Google API key. Then we have PII, okay, checkpoint in memory saver, send email. So you see here, we have attached one tool which is helpful for sending an email. But now, where is that middleware? Allow credentials true. Course middleware. 3 days ago. Threading log, approval direct, chat session thread. You know what? I'm not even sure like how, because that is being generated by a cursor. So I'll ask how human in a loop functionality working here. So let's see. Pause inside interrupt. Okay, so when I, okay, let's make it a little bit bigger. Interrupt. So send email. When we will go here, send email, event generator. Okay, it's a streaming response which will return chunk to as a API response. This is our chat API. So chat API, and this will return the event back. And inside it, what we are doing here is, first of all, we are invoking our agent, and then passing some role, user input, content. Okay, fine. Then configurable thread. You know what? I also need to research about how the message different roles will work. Where I can store new window. Okay, Notion. Check how to use different roles in chat message. For example, this is what we have right here. So instead of user, we might fetch something from our API, in fact token, and from token we will decide, okay, this is admin or whoever is, and based on that user request, we will be able to provide better answers. So that we will explore later on. For now, let's just go ahead with the instance ID. This is instance. Okay, fine. Interrupted. Okay, it will go inside this loop. Is that what it means? If instance, what is this instance? Where this instance is defined? Mm, okay. Approval interrupt. Okay. Send email. The only gated action is send email. Instead of sending immediately, it calls a langgraph interrupt, which, okay, it's a langgraphs interrupt which payloads wants to approve plus prompt. Execution stops when execution stops there until the graph is resumed with a value. Okay, graph is resumed with a value. So instance is from this lang graph. Lang graph middleware in memory saver. Anyways, we'll have to do more research on this. But it looks like this is coming from our lang graph, and then we have this function which is sending an email. Okay, till now it's fine. Like it's a when we will go inside this tool, we will send the email. Oh, okay. This is to send an email after explicit HTL approval. Okay, and this is request, and this is okay. Fine. A send email is something we'll have to look later. But PII data, then chatbot, then send email is a middleware. Then what else? What else? Nothing, right? Uh, Event generator. Okay, this is something is still being used. So this is our chat API. We will verify token. Okay, this is the token validation and message request. Then this is user message. We'll fetch it. We'll send it. It's inside the event generator. Event generator is nothing but user input. Okay, AI invoke with a role, and then instance is the langgraph as it is mentioned there. And if it doesn't, its instance is result is what? Result is dictionary and get interrupts. This is something new to me. I have to print it out. Let me print some result here. Let me restart it. I just want to see what output it generates when there is no there's no tool, or let's say there is no action. Okay, let me go to admin, then admin, login. Okay, save. Then we have let's say who is Virat Kohli. I might receive this. Where is this result here? Hopefully, I cannot answer that question. My capability are limited to sending. Ah, what? This is reverse. I cannot answer this query. This is not just to send an email, but it's for sure something is wrong. Configs. If there is no config, what will happen? Oh, I don't know why, but yeah, let's just read through this. Pending approval, it's a lang graph. Then send human loop. Literally, it's okay. Wait, what? A memory saver run can be paused. Pause inside the tool. Persist the thread state. Check pointer. Thread ID. If the result carries interrupt. Okay, perfect. What is this? Continue. I cannot answer my questions. Why? Is it because generator thread ID? No, I want this undo. I want this undo. Oh, this is user input is here. Then we have result. Okay, I don't know why, but it just started with restart. Oh, okay. There is something, some changes. Oh, I forgot to uncomment this config. Cool. You are a helpful assistant. Agent prompt, system prompt, create an agent. Okay, fine, fine. So whenever the query will arrive, anyways, cool. What I understood is perfectly fine. Okay. Yeah. One more thing. We wanted to observe. The main intention was to observe this API response. So where was it? Where was it? Event. What was that? Event generator. And here we are logging our result. This is a result message and underscore underscore in, let's say, interrupt. Okay, no interrupt is here, right? There is no interrupt. But now let's say send email to saurabh@gmail.com and say hi. Now it should require let's see, message, send email. It is detected content, interrupt. Oh, where is that interrupt, bro? What? Result dot get interrupt. Let's see if that works. Okay, let's say what is called, result is none. Fine. Send email, user input, result is still none. There is some urgency. Tool is well. I don't know. I'm just trying. Okay. Anyways, so it seems like there is nothing going inside this loop. That is why I'm not seeing any button or anything like that. So yeah, redacted mail, that is fine. Mm. It's going inside. Let's say it's not going inside. Interrupt. I need to check why I'm not getting interrupt. Chasing the flow interrupts occurs only when the agent invokes send email. But how? How will I get this? I should be getting something at least, right? Tracing flow interrupts occurs only when the agent invokes send email. Okay. So this tool can be used. And I think system prompt is also, yeah, when user have agent prompt answer the questions. Okay. And then, okay, perfect. It seems that this was the issue because when we recently changed our system event, right? That time it might have affected. Anyways, I'll just close this again, clear it, then restart it. Oh, I need to remove this, not this one. Perfect. Mm, this is the result. Where is my interrupt? Oh, yeah, this is the result only. Okay, fine. We received, it seems we received this interrupt. Say hi to. Okay, fine. We received this interrupt and interrupt has been sent. Action required. Pending send email request. Okay. But cannot see approval button. Perfect. And if I issue the approval button only timing packet URL worker mismatch. Pending pending email is none appear is none and better never appear. Fixing the UI trade approval. Okay. Hmm. Me refresh. Okay. Now I'm getting it. So you see this subject and everything. Now I'm getting this. Anyways, there are some difficulties, but yeah, that's not a whole motive of this entire series. We'll just let me commit this quickly. Just a minute. Here you go. Context manager. Let's try to understand what is context manager. What is context manager? Releasing docs using which statement? The sources are properly cleaned up. The with statement, the most common way to use context manager is with the with statement. Okay. Okay, with statement. Opening and closing connections. So, what is context manager? Using in chatbot is infrastructure that manages conversational memory in sorting, elevating, and injecting relevant past interactions into a current prompt. This is really important. That's what we want. We want to use our past conversations knowledge. Context manager. Say H1. Okay, perfect. Just hold on a second. I'll be back in like 1 second. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, let's try to understand what is context manager first. So it will help us with our previous conversations history. Okay, so it's helping with sorting, storing, retrieving, and injecting. Now, this is really important topic, and this is not single source of truth. I mean, there's no single way of maintaining it nicely, but let's see what are the recommended ways. Memory management, technical approach often uses techniques like tree-like branching and semantic similarity searches. Okay, hierarchical key value. Then there will be semantic router. Then there will be agent orchestrator also. Efficiency. That's not important. Anyways, fine. Bring this up. Nice. Cool. Python utility managers. The with statement to handle a sources like callbacks, tracing, and cost. It ensures that the resources are automatically cleaned up within a specified block. All right. Get OpenAI callback used to track often track token usage cost. Context engineering. The context chat often called context engineering refers to the system that decide which information LangChain, context engineering. Oh, they have right context across the agent sections session. Okay, select context, scratch right context, select context, retrieve relevant tools, retrieve from scratchpad, retrieve long-term memory, multi-agent, partition. Okay, multi-agent partitioned across multi-agent. Human LLM tool call feedback tool. Latency. Degrade the agent performance. Drew Brewing. Nice outline. Okay, so I'll just try to brief what I understood till now from this documentation. So ultimately, our goal is to hold on. Can I draw something? Ultimately, okay. Let me try to draw something here, which is this is our, let's say, human. Then this is our LLM. This is our LLM. All right. So when we pass something, let's say when we pass some uh, query, that query has some context, and this answer also has some context. So we have to store this context somewhere so that we can later on, if someone asks same query, we will have better context, or at least we have a idea about which topic user is talking about. Let's say we have a query who is Kapil. Okay. If we ask for the first time, let's say, who is Virat Kohli, right? So this is our first question. Now we we specifically mention it's his name and his surname the first time. So our LLM knows, okay, this Virat Kohli is a cricketer. He knows about that because he has access to information. But now next time, if we just ask, what is age of Virat? So that time, if our LLM knows, like, this Virat is nothing but Virat Kohli, not anyone else, that time only our LLM will be able to answer correctly. Uh, he will give output, or he'll give Virat Kohli's age as an output. But if our LLM if LLM has doesn't have any context of previous messages, then he might not be able to answer appropriately. That's what they have mentioned here. Then using these tools, there are different techniques. That's something we'll need to learn, and let's go ahead and try to understand what it is. Yeah, and this context window is nothing but our brain. It's our, I don't know how to draw brain. I'll just write. This is nothing but our brain. So our brain has some capacity to store like amount of data. Like, even if you are studying, we have a certain capability, certain limitations, to store that information. Above that, we will not be able to remember the things. So that is nothing but our context window. So this context window is limited. It's not unlimited. So that is something what it is being told. And then just to understand this concept, they've compared somewhere that is a modern computer. LLM is nothing but modern computer. This is CPU, and this context window is nothing but our RAM. So RAM has some certain limits, and it will go away when we will shut down our machine. So in in LLM ways, when we will log out, when our session is closed, that time our context window will be lost. Will be lost. Context engineering for agent this year. Okay, okay. Let's see. Context engineering. Our context engineering is like a separate thing, I guess. Is effectively a job of engineers building AI agents. Okay, so it looks like something important. So there are different types of, let's say, H2 different types. So first one is write. So write is nothing but this thing. Context saving is outside. Writing context means saving Right context. Solve the tasks. We take a note and remember the things for the future. Let us. Agent are also getting these capabilities. Note taking via Scratchpad is one of the approach. What is the Scratchpad? A time state object persist during the session. Okay, Sketchpad help the agent to solve tasks during the session within the given session or thread, but sometimes agent So what I understood from this right context is there is something Scratchpad. I don't know. Let's search what is Scratchpad first of all. Um, what is Scratchpad and memory management of chatbot? Is it product? User prompt. Okay, let's user input, then reasoning, then action. Okay, it's like a planning. It's like a reasoning and planning. Okay, okay, I understood this. So user will input it, then our Scratchpad will plan it, then our agent will take an action back to the Scratchpad. Okay, no, 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 no. Things and there is a plan and there is a updated results. Okay, fine. Hmm, interesting. Okay, let's try to understand the capabilities of our current chatbot. Let's say, who is Virat Kohli? No. Mm, Who is let's say Rajpal Yadav. What is weather in Pune? What is age of Rajpal? Mm, okay. It seems that LLM by default has some sort of context. It refers messages which is being sent previously. Otherwise, it was not able. It might not be able to answer this type of questions. I don't know. We need to research more. But yeah, looks like Scratchpad is one of the way. According to them, it's a temporary working memory similar to human, and it is in session. So whenever the session will start, it will start recording our context, limited context window, and need so long horizon planning. Okay, and it might be using something text storage. Reduce the token usage by external Scratchpad to store temporary data, having reprocessed them. Cool, cool. I have a basic understanding on it. I might need more in-depth conversation on the same thing. But yeah, for now, I think I'm good. Then what else we have? So this is first way, right context. So what we have understood is right context is nothing but a memory which is maintained outside of this context. Okay, and help. Okay, it will obviously help, but it is stored outside of it, and then humans solve the task, take a notes of remembering thing future, and it is being used as a context when we send query. It searches that and that saved memory, and it is going to LLM. Then LLM response is being stored if it is a new context in that context window. I think that's what we understood. Input, reasoning, things about writes the plan about the scratchpad. Lies the plans to update the agent, writes the results and action back into the scratchpad. Perfect. Memories. Past agent feedback, memories. So there are different type, right context, then there is a memories. This is generated okay. Selecting context means pulling it into context window. It's also implemented memories. uh Other memories, okay. Composing context. Okay. Okay. Compressing is like it's a summarized context. It's not storing everything. It's just a summarized one. Then what is it about? Select context. Select context. Memories if agent have ability to. Okay, this looks interesting. Facts, things I learned to school. Factors. Memory type, semantic, episode, episodic, experience, procedural. Showing what relevant memories are selected. Some popular agent simply use the narrow set files. Text, for example, many code agent use specific to save instructions procedural memories. Episodic memories. Okay. All right. It's a combination of multiple things, I guess. New context, update the memory, use the memory. Yeah, it's a long-term memory and shared across different. Okay, okay. I think I understood this. First one is context. Where is it? First one is our right context. Where is it? Where is it? Right context. So, right, context is nothing but a memory that is maintained outside of our agent platform, and that is only limited for that particular session. If we log out, that will not be retrieved, right? I don't know if there is an option to save it for a longer time, but another option is memories. Another type of context manager is memory, where we store that messages for the long time. Like you see here, new context is coming, then it is being stored in updated memory. And if there are multiple um, agents, if it is in like multi agent architecture, then they can access both together since it is a shared memory. Then select context is one of the complex, which might be a combination of multiple things. We'll need to go through this again. But yeah, it looks like there are ways. We looks like it is a combination of multiple things, and we can we'll have to make sure that which one will be called. So yeah, I'm not completely understood about this, but yeah, let's see. Compressing context is nothing but, let's say you ask something. Uh, this AI has our agent has some summarized context about what our conversation, and it is just storing that, so that later on when the similar type of query will be coming, it will be better to take that decision instead of storing the actual conversation or useful information. It's just storing those key discussions. Okay. Isolation context. Okay, well, looks like there are many ways. LangSmith and LangGraph context engineering with, okay, anyways, so we'll continue this in our next